I had a decent single guy weekend recently. Some decent traction Saturday. Anybody have any advice on women asking your age? People are age obsessed, and I'm in a position where I get judged pretty hard on it. I'm very young for my age, and generally date girls at least 10 years younger than myself. People usually guess I'm 5 to 10 years younger than I am. I don't really care about age differences and would date a girl closer to my age in certain circumstances. The younger girls tend to get spooked by the difference, and the older ones think I'm not old enough or don't have enough money/status when I give them the number. There are still some solid younger girls out there that want a real man and aren't happy with the boys their own age. So I'm optimistic about my prospects in general. Okay, so here's what I would do when it comes to age. When it comes to age, I want you to make sure that, first of all, when you're saying your age, that you say it with a pretty straight face. If you make any jokes around it or say anything that could be self-deprecating, I'm not saying that you probably say this, but just as an example, saying like, I'm old enough to be your dad, or I know, I'm an old dude, or I don't know, whatever it may be, anything self-deprecating, anything that's calling attention to it on your end is not going to work at all. So you have to be confident in your age and don't bat an eye. And if they say something like, oh, you're too old, you're too young, whatever, then you can play it off and answer it as it's a shit test, or respond as if it's a shit test, which is agree and exaggerate. Oh yeah, it's crazy. Wow, I'm so old. Or, oh my God, I'm like 90 years old. Right? So that's not self-deprecation. In this sense, you're just making a joke off of what she said, and you're blowing it out of proportion like it's not a big deal. The next step here is just move on to the next conversation as fast as you can. I'm sure that you're talking to a decent amount of women I would imagine, have this issue, but sometimes I'm a little wary because sometimes guys might go across a problem where they've only had this problem maybe 3 times. So for you, sir, if this has happened 3 times, this is not a big deal. You just need to have more volume. And with more volume, you will find that you're actually going to get a lot of women who are younger who will be interested in you, and older women as well. I wish I knew your age. Something tells me maybe you're like 30, I don't know, 32. I would. By the way, if you are, because that really, I'm guessing you're 30 to 35. You're in that range. That's one of the best ranges to meet women, actually. You're in the age range where you actually can meet everybody. You can meet everybody, like 30 to 35. First of all, you're peaking. I can see your picture here, so you look somewhere in the low 30s. Maybe you're in your late 30s. Even then, guys are usually doing very well for themselves at that time, and they look more attractive at that time. So, if you are in that age range, know that you actually have access to everyone younger than you and everyone older than you. There are plenty of 22-year-olds who would date a 30-year-old guy, even a 33-year-old guy. And to me, that's kind of young. I would recommend not dating anyone that much younger. It's just completely in another generation. I don't think you guys will connect on a lot. So if you're in your lower 30s, my recommendation is date women who are in their mid-20s and up. And if you want a family, absolutely be dating in the mid-20s and up, because you're going to want someone who's not past where they're having any kind of fertile issues. That happens to women usually over the age of 32, 33. So for you, you're looking too much into it. You're always going to have, and guys who are over 30 who are listening to this, you're always going to have a woman who's going to say you're too old or something like that. It's just going to happen. But let me tell you, you are right. That most younger women, they do want a real man, and they don't go for women they don't go for men their age. That has been proven across a large cultural study, 37 cultures to be specific, by David Buss, who talks about the fact that women desire men who are older because those are guys who usually have more resources. And that is what women are attracted to, or at least the signs of more resources. It doesn't even have to be literal. You don't have to be super rich. And that's going to be a guy who's older, because it's assumed that that person has more resources. And again, is generally more physically attractive to women. So again, sir, I would definitely definitely move on from this as a problem and just keep going. Try not to call much attention to it, and remember, you're probably peaking.